Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto. Today is Wednesday, October 17th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
10-ish.
Which is right now, people.
Right now, this is a 10-ish time. So you know what time it is, people. We had a lot of news pumping out, so of course that means it's going to slow down. But, you know, not necessarily crypto related. We're not going to do a full article or anything on it, but we just have to mention it was pretty interesting to see YouTube go out yesterday.
Hey, what's up, YouTube?
Oh, man.
What is going on?
Listen, people, anybody can be touched. anybody can be touched, B.
Anybody can get it, B.
Oh, man. All right. For the free cryptic coin yesterday, we saw a lot of you all download the wallets and stuff, start using it again. We're ambassadors for cryptic coin. And, of course, we love to give out all, you know, I'm not going to say all, but we like to give out some of our cryptocurrency to make sure people know how to use it and try different things. It's a privacy and security coin, so of course we're behind it. We want to see where this project goes. But they gave us a few to play around with, so of course we're trying to reward you all with that as well. So if you haven't already, check out that cryptic coin tutorial video Bitcoin Zay did. It's up on our channel, and you can go ahead and download your wallet, answer the questions at the end of our show, and we'll give you some cryptic coins here in the short-term interim. For now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of which, who won them yesterday?
Oh yeah, shout out to Ryan Cooper. Thank you,
Ryan.
Ryan Cooper. Yep, thank you for answering our question. Actually, putting in the cryptic wallet address. We'll be sending those out all through this week. Shout out to everybody who's actually got the cryptic coin wallet. It will be on 4 different exchanges, 4 new exchanges on Friday. So
yeah, it's moving up,
moving fast.
Listen, people, we're giving you some free cryptic coins on the ground floor. Who knows? If it goes, it goes. But, you know, you don't lose anything. But if something happens, you might win some free coins from us right now. And, you know, 6 months, a year later, be like, yo, have you been checking that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you can accept it on stores of WooCommerce. So you may be able to start buying goods and services.
There we go. So what was the answer to the question?
We didn't do one per se, but but yeah.
Oh, you just had a wallet for now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do one today then.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on, Crypto Q? John Siebert, Tessa Hall, S1 Dubs, Kevin Jarvis, Cool Works. Nice, in Atlanta. There we go.
Come on in.
All right. One of today's top stories. Winklevoss backed stablecoin soars above $1 as Tether's market cap plunges. I mean, Bitcoin Zay basically called it yesterday with all the Tether nonsense that was going on. He said the fact that when it happened, it was a big red flag. And then suddenly, you know, Gemini, and again, this would kind of worry me as an investor or a user of the tech and everything. You know, Gemini is supposed to have a stable coin.
Yeah.
Stability, $1.
$1.
It's supposed to be 1-to-1. So, of course, we're not happy when we see stable coins go down like Tether to 80 cent or 85 cent, wherever it went to. But at the same time, there's an issue if your stable coin goes up as well. And that's what happened with Gemini's. Looks like it was broken its peg with the US dollar. According to data from CoinMarketCap, the Gemini exchange issued Gemini dollar saw its price hit an all-time high of $1.19 Tuesday after first breaking its dollar peg on Monday, when it shot up to $1.14.
Yeah.
Right now they're saying at press time. Oh, this story is actually from late yesterday, early today. It was updated today. It looks like it's at 118 today. So it's one of those things again. It's supposed to be a stable coin. It's supposed to be 1-to-1. Strictly pegged. It's the only regulated and legal one, as they say. But it's not staying at that 1-to-1 ratio. So I mean, what's our thoughts on that?
Oh yeah. Well, in my opinion, it just looks like from the business standpoint, these stable coins, I believe a few of them will be at $1.25, $1.30 at some point, maybe just to start out, simply because the algorithms that they use to keep the stable price, they will get tested. This will take a while for it to, quote unquote, stabilize. But if you think about the dollar itself, the dollar is traded on the open market through Forex, the euro, pesos. I mean, you can trade currencies right now, and they fluctuate very, very small percentage compared to Bitcoin, 10, 15, 100x, whatever. But they do trade. So you'll have to look at stable coins, you know, from, you know, it's sort of a point where it's like it's supposed to be $1, but you just kind of have to live with the results. It may go up, it may go down. That's why stable coins right now to us are just, in our opinion, rich people's ICOs. So they can give you these tokens, and the price of it and the money that they receive is going into the actual bank account. So until they're proven, we'll see these fluctuations.
And it says a lot about the fiat currency. People, if it was worth $1 a day and it's worth $1.25 right now, or Tether's went down. You remember Tether's coin went down because people were getting out of it to go back into crypto, right? Or to maybe the Gemini coin. Theirs went up. but that's because the money, the dollar, the value has went down literally in the last 24, 48 hours when compared to some other cryptos. Because if it was supposed to be 1 for 1, $1, 1 crypto, and all of a sudden it's 125, that means it's taking 25 more cents to buy that little bit more or that same amount of crypto.
Yeah.
So again, we're seeing, when we talk about the price of Bitcoin, so we say 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. This is why we tell you to stop looking at the USD markets or the Euro markets and stuff, because the money is fluctuating.
Yeah.
Like literally the fiat money is fluctuating. This is showing it to you where 2 or 3 days ago. And again, if you're only buying, a few stable coins or a few cryptocurrencies, it's not a big deal. But if you got, $250,000 plus in the pot, that's a big amount of spillage, people. If you got $1 million plus, you don't want a 0.01 or 0.1% of either direction spillage going. You want to try to maintain that consistency. So it's one of those things to pay attention to.
Oh yeah, good old Gemini.
Here we go. What's going on, Allison? New Legacy, Alicia Verdale. Is that Verdale out in San Diego?
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Chris Verdale and his son, Oregon's running back, freshman running back. He out there killing it right now. CJ.
Oh yeah.
SJ Smith. What's going on? Banger Committee. Hello.
Everybody on Facebook. Shout out to you.
There we go. All right. Binance increases anti-fraud measures with Chainalysis partnership.
Oh boy.
Oh, here we go. Working with the Feds.
Everybody gets that tap on the shoulder. We've already done our story on Chainalysis, and we've talked about how, as a blockchain company, they have to work with governments in order to prevent fraud and anti-money laundering, things of that nature. And because the blockchain is an open database that you can actually view these transactions, you can actually use their technology on exchanges to track transactions of people you may think are nefarious or are doing sort of suspicious things. In our opinion, this is just showing that Binance is spreading its wings so much that they have to rein it in at some point with the KYC. So it's like, all right, well, we need to track certain people moving your money through Binance. Because if you were on Binance at the beginning, you didn't have to be verified, and you could move up to 2 Bitcoin at that point. So that's a pretty large amount, especially in the bull market.
I was gonna say, yeah, when
people moving 20, 30K at one point. So I'm sure this is the same thing with Bittrex. Bittrex used to have like 5 Bitcoin you could move at one without any verification, simply because the price was so low, and when the bull run happened, they had to adjust those numbers. So
without telling anyone.
Without telling anybody. Yeah. So Binance, I believe, is getting out ahead of it so that they don't have those issues. And if they have to use Chainalysis, they will. I'm sure, like I said, all these exchanges will have to go through this. But it looks like CZ got that tap on the shoulder everybody gets. It's like, yeah, we got to rein this in.
You're a unicorn company. You don't want to share?
Oh, yeah. We need that information, homie.
No. You have an army? Okay, well, yeah, I'm going to need you to share.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, John Sieber said, what? Binance disappointed. Definitely disappointed to see, because honestly, when you talk about companies like Binance, they don't need to partner with anyone at this point.
Yeah,
they can just create. But for something like this to happen, as you said, they probably got the tap on the shoulder. But regardless, we'll see how this plays out. If it's somebody, I guess, that we can put a bit of trust into, is CZ. So let's see how he works with Chainalysis. Again, this is something you have to continually follow, because right now nothing might come of it, but a year or 2 years from now, they might say, we've been giving the government how many documents since we partnered. So it's something to pay attention to.
Oh yeah, and
hopefully not though.
I think most people need to understand that are watching this show, that have watched this for a while. You should start to see a pattern of how you should move your crypto. Basically, what you want to do is, the first few exchanges that come out were terrible, but lately a lot of the newer exchanges are coming out already pretty good. So for one, you have more trust in the exchanges. So secondly, once you have that trust, basically all you have to do is move your money to exchanges without verification, and then when the smackdown comes, move it somewhere else. And that's why I said they're playing a big game of whack-a-mole with these exchanges, because as soon as they come in, we're about to regulate this one,
we read the news.
People move to another one. And then that's the thing, is like they're gonna just have to shut down everything at some point in order to stop it, which is impossible. And at that point, people could just trade it in the open market. So to me, it's just the natural order of things. This is the natural progression. But this is, surprising for Binance, in my opinion. Right at this point, I wouldn't have done it if I was in.
Right,
I got plenty of money.
Like you said, they had to get the tap on the shoulder. There's no reason to partner with them right now.
Yeah.
But
that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
It's messed up, but it is what it is. All right, Quantum. If this story will actually load, but it's not going to load for me for whatever reason. I don't know.
Oh man, they're not going to show neckbeard.
They don't want to show it, right? It's too funny.
Yeah, well, neckbeard will show up.
There we go. Well, Quantum partners with Amazon Web Service, or Quantum China partners with Amazon Web Service in China. Which one? Here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Loading slowly. I'm not sure what happened to it. I don't think this is rarely ever. There we go. We were talking about that beautiful neck beard right there. QTUM Blockchain becomes Amazon Web Services partner in China.
Oh, yeah.
The partnership sees the on-demand cloud computing giant working with the cryptocurrency project with a $325 million market capitalization, making it the 29th largest cryptocurrency to develop blockchain as a service, BaaS, solutions for enterprises and developers. That's actually pretty funny that they're already calling it that.
That's
blockchain
gonna be the
as a
name.
service.
Yeah.
That's the new name.
That's gonna
people.
be a course in college. That's
wow,
gonna be
it is gonna be a course.
Online.
Wow,
BaaS, blockchain as a service.
Just like that.
Yeah, because I mean, if you have the infrastructure for it in your company, you can actually implement blockchains with Ethereum on Microsoft. Quantum looks like they're doing the same thing with Amazon in China. So yeah, this is definitely a new type of service, BaaS. So burn that into your brain.
I can't believe that's here already. Blockchain as a service.
Watching it in real time, man.
And it's something else, people. You know, we keep telling you about it. I think this is our fourth time we're gonna mention it. Amazon Web Services.
Hey, man.
If you're doing anything in tech right now, any computing, you want to make things more efficient, start to look into it. You don't have to learn it all, but learn slowly. You know, just familiarize yourself because that's where a lot of stuff is going to be headed. People.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of $10 courses on Udemy.
Right, and it's in Amazon Web Services. It works. People like it, so it's going to be here. We're seeing the crypto company go with it for the blockchain as a service. Again, they partner with that. They package that up as a product. That is going to be huge if it's done the right way. Again, and of course, it will depend on which blockchain you want to use, but.
Yeah, and then smart contracts. Being able to issue smart contracts using Amazon is a game changer.
And save it on their server. You talking about space you're going to save, people?
Oh, yeah, man. And it's already, they're already pretty
crazy.
I was going to say, smart contracts are already pretty lightweight. So, but at the extent that we're talking about is when you have smart contract execution in seconds for millions of different things, you're going to need Amazon type space at some point. So, yeah, it's good to see that in China's always ahead. People in the U.S., they don't realize it, but in countries like Japan, Korea, China, from a tech standpoint, they are so far ahead because they take that leap. They take that jump. They don't say, okay, I made this. Regulators, what can I do? They just do it. And then once it starts developing, because everybody knows what it is in some of those countries. They're like, well, I already know the government's going to take this over. But
that is true.
I'm just going to develop it because I already know.
At least I can become royalty once they do take it.
Exactly. It's like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, as far as technology-wise, good to see them moving forward with this.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see. John Sieber says Stratus coin BaaS as well. Okay, cool.
Yep.
You know, and speaking of Stratus, I'm glad you brought them up. That's one of the people we talk about, or one of the coins we talk about, where it's like, hey, literally a year ago, Stratus was all the talk.
All the hype.
For those who caught some of Stratus's bull run that went from what? I can't remember. It was something crazy.
It was a lot of them.
It went, yeah, right. They had like 2 or 3 bull runs last year, but Stratus, you know, was like a top 5, top 10 coin, popping in and out, and now it's, you know, I haven't heard anybody talk about him forever.
Yeah, I would say early in the year it went up to $20.
Went up to $20,
from $1, yeah.
And then last year, what was it?
It was around like 40 cents. 40
cents to $20, people. We don't even hear about Stratus anymore.
Yeah. And
they're actually working on a lot of good stuff too. So I'm sure that's probably why we haven't heard from them specifically. They've been quiet, developing. They'll come out with a big bomb of something next year. But yeah, you know, something to think about. All right. Nothing wants to load today. There we go. Billionaire Mike Novogratz. Crypto fund is Fidelity's first custodian client.
Novogratz.
What?
Oh, yeah.
For those who don't know Novogratz, he has been a huge investor in cryptocurrency. He got in early on. You know, his path comes from being on Wall Street already. However, the fund he had on Wall Street, while it used to do very good, he ended up losing a lot of money toward the end. He was kicked off Wall Street, basically.
Yeah, he was doing some Stratton Oakmont.
Right. That was too funny. He was kicked off Wall Street. He found, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? When they shelter. He found shelter, basically, in the cryptocurrency community. He's since blossomed with his new fund, which has been amazing. He's made a lot of money in crypto, and now he's going to be partnering with Fidelity as the first fund. I think that's going to be huge. For Fidelity in general to get him.
Yeah.
You know, somebody who was once outcasted from Wall Street, nobody even wanted to work with anymore. They didn't want to be a part of any business with them. To come back, reinvent yourself as a, you know, as this crypto investor, and now partnering with Fidelity as the first client, that's a big landmark.
Oh, yeah. There's always a way, people. And trust me, if you were in the Wall Street days in the 90s when he was, in 2000s, you've seen some stuff. So cryptocurrency is a perfect transition for him and his company, Galaxy Digital, which if they are the first investment group to use Fidelity as the platform, that is huge because it won't be just them. It'll be a bunch of people copying. As you see with our news, we say a story about something, somebody does something groundbreaking, then every company follows them after that. So right. I'm pretty sure Fidelity, they have 27 million customers. They have $7 trillion in assets. They have the infrastructure to onboard a lot of people who are already using it day to day. All they have to do is implement the technology and then say, oh yeah, we can take you on as clients and you can use our platform. And that's going to flood a lot of money into cryptocurrency very easily. It's just, Q1 2019, we should see it take off, but we'll see what Novogratz, if he's true to his word, because I don't think it's an official partnership. However, if he says it, I'm pretty sure he's going to do it.
Right, he's been strong with the follow through, so you got to give him props for that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, and last but not least, smart contract developers are liable for how dApps are used, says CFTC's Quintence.
Jesus Christ.
What is going on? That's what I thought when I saw this story.
Jesus Cristo.
One of the top, that's too funny. One of the top market regulators in the United States said yesterday that he believes smart contract developers should, in some instances, be held liable when their blockchain applications are used in conjunction with illegal activities. Brian Quintence, a commissioner at the Commodities Future Trading Commission, feel free to blow up all his social media in his office, made this statement on Monday at the GITEX Technology Week conference. They always want to make these crazy. To me, they're like rappers, people.
Yeah.
Like literally, our regulators are like rappers. Yeah. Whenever they go to a big conference, they want to make a lot of noise. They got to say the most, the most radical thing they can think of, i.e., developers should be held liable for smart contracts, basically. But in his speech,
nobody follows up with it.
Right. Nobody follows up. In his speech, Quintence explored how best to fit cryptocurrency and specifically smart contracts into the CFTC's supervisory framework. Again, this is a problem with our regulators right now. Why are you trying to figure out how to best fit a brand new invention into an old framework instead of redoing the framework or just redoing it all in general and asking the taxpayers who pay for your job how would we like it done if we want it done?
Yeah.
Into the CFTC supervisory framework, which was written long before they actually say in this article, which was written long before the advent of blockchain technology.
Exactly. Who
should be held responsible, he asks, when a smart contract violates CFTC regulations? Well, who should be held responsible when someone uses a car as a getaway driver from a bank robbery?
Yeah.
Who should be responsible when somebody uses a laptop to hack into a system?
The laptop creator?
Right. So are we really going down this road right now?
Yeah. And I mean, it looks like we are simply because the coding aspect of our society is not going away. So the ability
but they wanted to. That's what it really is.
Because that is, I mean, before we had freedom of money, freedom of information was a big thing. I'm sure a lot of people who are younger, they take the internet for granted because it's always been there. But in a time where people didn't have freedom of information everywhere, you couldn't code and build a product from scratch and support yourself with it before the internet. And then now that you can support yourself monetarily, this is where the floodgates pretty much open. And coding has been at the foundation of this for years. So in my opinion, the CFTC has outdated material. They are not ready. Most regulators, they're not ready for any type of innovation because almost every story, we don't do them much, but almost every story I see about regulators' timetable, they always say 2 to 3 years. It's going to take 2 to 3 years. Even one country, I believe it says it's going to take a decade. So it's no taxes for a decade because it's going to take at least 10 years. So they're always catching up. It's
not going to take 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, they're always catching up. And if they don't want to play the catch up, they just ban everything. Just burn the whole house down and then we'll start from scratch.
Right.
So this is what I think they're trying to do with smart contracts and coders. I don't know any coders who, as they build a product, the first thing they do is run through CFTC, SEC. They don't go through all that. That's what lawyers take care of once the product is out there. But, you got to have some transparency. We don't know exactly how you can violate with smart contracts. Exactly. Right. Not yet, because we haven't seen this technology expand. So.
Yeah, again, he argued that the developers of the individual smart contracts should be prosecuted in connection with the legal activity that occurs within their respective decentralized applications. Again, this is crazy. And this is why we, I actually listened to a talk with Brian Armstrong, Coinbase. I think he did it back in April and August. I finally got a chance to listen to it. It was actually a really good talk. But I will say, or a good speech, I guess. He really was more or less a speech, Q&A. But from a PR standpoint, this dude, if you could grade him on how he answered questions, From a mainstream standpoint, which again I get because Coinbase is a mainstream company. They want we want all the business from everyone. This dude scored a perfect 100 when it came to answering like questions in a PR manner. I mean, they asked him about regulations. Hey, I think we should be regulated. These guys are doing a good job up there. They asked about the SEC and bankers. Everything he had basically was a positive thing, which is a good thing to do for companies. However, this is the crazy thing, which he didn't say no one wants to talk about, and that's stop trying to regulate the cryptocurrency side of business using whatever crazy logic you have when you don't apply that same logic to traditional businesses and institutions. Yeah. So right now, this guy is talking about illegal activity that occurs within the respective dApps or whatever. Again, YouTube. There was a whole thing about, underage children being exploited on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't see YouTube getting sued or Google getting sued for this. You know what I mean? So it's so many apps, so many applications, whether it's actual app on your phone or technology or a real life application that you can use. I mean, what happens if somebody shows a killing or a murder on TV like the news does? Are they held responsible too for, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, where does it stop?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think they want to open that Pandora's box. So I'm sure they'll be careful. Giancarlo is one of the guys that is thinking clearly. It is funny that a lot of these regulators' kids are in cryptocurrency. So that's always kind of lingering in the back of their head. Like that sort of regulation environment, they got to tone it down a little bit, but they got to say something. So I guess that's what they had to say. Of course, like we said, they say it at conferences. They don't really follow it with it. They just spout it out. But and here at the Gentlemen of Crypto, we already know. Right.
And he even came and said, you can see here, these are my personal views, not the formal stance of the CFTC. Well, you say that, but it's like you're a senior member of the CFTC, but you're saying they're your personal views. The way you're talking, I can't trust you to be professional enough to separate those personal views in your policy that you're helping to shape. So that's one of the unfortunate things about it. Again, you can read more about this on CCN, excuse me. And yeah, this is Quinten's.
Oh yeah.
Look, this dude is a Trump appointee. You didn't even get elected, man. You got appointed, dude.
Nobody wanted you.
Nobody wanted you.
Shout out to S1 Dubs. We have freedom of information. We just didn't have the technical mediums that we do now. We have less freedom of information now because we're subject to the whims of corporate platforms. Oh yeah. And when it started out, internet was super decentralized. And when you hone it in, you can still be decentralized to this day as far as internet goes, just a little bit harder. All of the easy stuff is what becomes corporate. So yeah.
It's coming up, people. Again, I get why this started. It's crazy. I bet this guy has never coded anything in his life, but to really come out your mouth and say you want to criminalize developers, like, do you understand this, people? I want to because you're making something so innovative that criminals can use. You're actually a criminal yourself.
Stop thinking so much.
Did we arrest the guy who made the atomic bomb? No, I think we just rehired him to make another one.
Stop being so smart.
This is crazy, right? Stop. Right? I can see them get mad. Actually, say, "Stop being so smart."
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Oh yeah, shout out to Tron 7000. How much will NC State win by?
I saw that too.
A smooth. We'll pull off a smooth 2-touchdown win over Clemson.
Oh, is it homecoming?
Yeah, big game. Yeah. Nah.
Okay.
I don't think it's
we had to stop. We used to play Clemson for homecoming. We had to stop that.
Yeah, we had to stop that. But we're both ranked now. We got a chance. So I say 2-touchdown win for us.
Here we go. I'm gonna post an NC State picture up there. Go Wolfpack. All right. Other than that, what are we doing for the free cryptic coin today?
Oh yeah. So for the free cryptic coin, our conversation will center around YouTube. Last night, if you did not notice, YouTube went down, and honestly, a lot of people were freaking out on Twitter. I saw people were like, "Oh my God, YouTube! I can't do this." But YouTube is very important to a lot of people. I was about to say, before you ask a question, you have to remember, people are really making. Forget livings. People are making wealth on YouTube. Yeah. It's going down. So, I mean, we're on it every day, literally. You see that, even though we're looking for other places. But what would YouTube take away out of your life? That is what our question would be. Nice. If YouTube went down again, let's say for an extended period of time, because some people couldn't work for a day. What if it was a month? What if it was a few months? If YouTube went down, what would you not be able to do? Let us know. Put your cryptic coin address, and we'll send those free coins to you. All right. As always, thanks for watching. Have a happy hump day, and we will see you all tomorrow. Cheers. Have a good one.